What's going on, everybody?
Hey, everyone.
Welcome in for another interview night, Indie Comics Talk. We got some special co-hosts tonight. We got Lewis Shadow Rabbit Clay Guy, Traveling Root Beer, Danny. Say what's up.
What's up? Glad to be here.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. It's going to be a crazy one. We have with us tonight the co-creators of the craziest, most badass story we've ever read. Please welcome in Joe Aubrey and Eric Peterson, the creators of Space Bastards.
Hi.
Welcome.
How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm excited.
Doing good. This is great.
Yeah. I watch the show all the time, and now I'm on it. I feel like
that's so cool because I see you got both of you guys pop in and comment on the videos after. I'm just like, the middle of a video, I mentioned Space Bastards, and you guys are just summoned.
Yeah.
I saw that in real time. It was crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
So awesome that you guys are out there watching, the community talk about your guys' book. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you for covering it, talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we love it.
We live for this stuff. Like we are, I think Joe and I are definitely at that stage now after working on it for so many years where it's like any reviews, anywhere it pops up, we're not like Googling ourselves, but we're Googling Space Bastards basically and being like, what do people think,
Yeah.
You find us then.
Yeah. And we were just like kind of joking around on that stream. We were showing all the showing the same cover there for issue number 4, and then it was just we're just like, yeah, we'll show this, and that maybe they'll come on and talk to us, and then it happened.
Here you are.
That was it. That was the bat signal right there. That was the
Yep. Zordak.
Yeah, we had to answer.
Guys.
Yeah, dude. The
Everybody's
Zordak might be
favorite.
my favorite character.
But yeah, I mean,
That's my favorite character right there.
Sharpton.
there you go.
I don't know if he's my favorite. I don't know. He's the easiest for me to write. I'll say that.
Awesome. Welcome in, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler, what's up? That's my old coworker.
Oh,
Hi,
awesome.
welcome.
He's
Welcome
also
in.
Winslow from D&D.
Winslow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we all are in a D&D group together, too. So that's how, we've all met through the community on here. But we're going to start out just letting you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you guys got into the comic industry.
I don't know. Joe, do you want to start?
Who wants to start?
You do it, man. You do it. Go. You got it.
I don't know if I'm really in the comic industry. Like, I don't think of it that way still. I started drawing sketches and stuff when I was very young. Eventually what became Davy Proton, and went to film school and was doing that and building sets in my backyard, making Space Bastards movies. And that's how I met Joe. Joe and I met through a mutual acquaintance. And then, the short film thing, like when you're making films and stuff, like it's all borrowed time. Like it's all your friends coming over and doing favors and hating you by the end of it and all that. And Joe didn't hate me. So we ended up kind of collaborating more and during that time, funny enough, I think when we were actually filming those movies, like, which now is like 15 years ago or something, or maybe even more, but I for sure was reading Transmetropolitan during that time. I think I was like on a total Vertigo kick, like a Warren Ellis kick and all that. And so, eventually Joe and I were kind of like, Space Bastards might, we can only take it so far as a film, as like a crude kind of backyard film thing, but I think Aegis Comics might work better. And by that point I met Derek and luckily like the timing worked out and everything. So yeah.
You mentioned these films. How do we find them?
No, they're not.
If you look at your issue 1 in the back, there's a QR code. If you scan that, you can watch some little snippets of stuff we made, video stuff. And
That's
I
awesome.
don't recommend you do that, but you can do that if you want.
Yeah.
If you want to see that stuff.
Well, now I'm super curious.
Huh. Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to be watching that right after this.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was like an HBO Max thing or something.
No.
I was wondering what
No,
Kickstarter
no.
tier you had to tie
Yeah, we got a
into.
premiere coming up anytime soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Round 2 of the movie production.
Yeah, that was round 0. I mean, we can't even really count that. That was bad.
Oh man,
That was just learning how to do it.
It's
Yeah,
like
man,
we're
not
out
if
in
it
the
led you to
desert.
here.
We're on the desert, and I'm dressed in a green leotard. And it's that kind of thing. And we've been out there for 8 hours.
Or like a bear suit. Yeah.
Yeah, bear suit. That's right. Wore a bear suit that one time.
Amazing.
Yeah. I punished like all my friends. I didn't mean to, but it was like, yeah.
You wanted to test the limits a little bit.
So we thought making a comic would be easier. That we would have fewer moving parts. I don't know if it was easier, but it takes a lot longer. I mean, we were able to produce something that was certainly it's a better medium for Space Bastards, at least from what we could make.
Yeah.
Turned out a lot better, thankfully.
yeah.
More effectively
We're
getting
all
the point across.
we're all enjoying how it turned out in this medium.
Yeah.
So
Hey, thanks. No, it means the world to us. I mean, like, the issue started coming out in January, and it's been surreal, I think, all year. Yeah, it's been really unique.
yeah, it's
I
a
mean,
good way to turn things around.
Yeah.
It's just like one of the like really enjoyable, like it's just a fun read. Like it's always on the top of my pile. I'm like, I'm just gonna have a good time. Like I don't care.
Yep. It's the first read on the weeks that they come out. It's the first one that I pull out of the new comics.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
Joe and I don't deserve any of this, guys.
No.
Do except with love.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Well, we hope we don't let you down. I hope it
Yeah.
continues to surprise you and be fun to read. That's all we're trying to do is entertain people.
Yeah.
And I think as long as you guys are having fun, that's always gonna come across.
Yeah.
I hope so. That's always the thing that makes me happiest, I think, is throughout all of this, which we've written like a lot of Space Bastards, but like a lot of Space Bastards issues, like throughout all of it, Joe and I really do try to kind of entertain ourselves or entertain each other. I've written comics before, but I've never really had like a co-writer. And like, it's the coolest part of this is just being able to kind of, I don't know, try to entertain each other or make something that each other likes. And then you hope that there's other people out there. Like it transitions from that into other people liking it and stuff. And so every time we see like that you guys like it or whatever, it proves to me like, okay, cool, we did something right. It's good. Because you don't always know. Like, Joe and I are weird, so why not translate?
Everyone's a little weird.
Right.
I mean, to have somebody, like travel over there, say that Roy Sharpton is his favorite character, like, I mean, it's Eric's favorite character. He doesn't want to say that out loud, but that's his favorite character.
I feel like I can't advocate anything about Roy.
We're like, people are not going to like this. We probably are not going to get by with issue 2. Like, it's probably not going to go.
Oh, issue 2 is great.
Yeah, I feel like everything ever since issue 2, like I'm always like I'm reading and enjoying the other character stories, and I'm always like, okay, so when's Roy popping back up?
Yeah.
Like, what's his next crazy like scheme going on? Like, what BS does he have like hiding up under his sleeve?
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff I can't answer for you right now.
Oh,
But so you've been working on these characters for like a long time. Like you said, like what, like 15 years?
Yeah, but in different forms. So like Davey didn't really bear any resemblance to Davey now until we started writing the comic version and trying to kind of figure out that like, oh, Davey works really well as kind of an introduction to the Postal Service or kind of maybe perhaps one of the more relatable characters rather than just being like a cutthroat, like Manicorn or something.
Manicorn.
Manny was kind of like there during the films, but there's kind of a whole funny story behind that anyway. And then Roy came around during the films as well. And I acted as Roy in the films, and he was super fun to play. But Roy's pulled from like a lot of, I don't know. Roy's kind of pulled from a lot of like weird, like he's a super extreme, super misogynistic, like he's got way more problems I'd like to think than I do, but his I used to be the CEO of like a startup and all this stuff, and like tried managing people, and I was a terrible manager and all that. So Roy, in a lot of ways, is kind of like pulled from this sort of like hyperbole, like hyperbolic version of
mirror universe Eric, like mirror universe.
I was gonna say you relate to him a little bit.
He does this stuff that I'm like, it's not like I want to do the stuff that Roy does in the comic, but like
he's afraid he'll do it.
Chaotic version of you would absolutely do them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The introduction of Manny is what sold me. I was like, yes. Whatever is happening with this dude, 100%. Yes.
Like him right there on the cover just was like, what is about to happen here? And then however you guys got this blacklight cover to happen, like
amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That was Mark Wade really championed the blacklight cover. That was really all him. He's
Can
our
we
publisher.
request more?
that's awesome.
I'll tell him.
The
One for the
people are
next
requesting
Thursday?
more.
I know he had a lot of fun with it. Like I know he got super excited about it. And we
It's
did too.
so cool.
Yeah. And that cover of issue 1 is kind of funny because in order to kind of entice Derek into working with us and everything, he I think originally we had really just said, well, let's try some covers. It's kind of some prototype stuff we were doing. And so that issue 1 cover actually goes all the way back. Issue 1 and issue 2's covers go back like years and years and years. In terms of like kind of trying to get used to the characters and all that.
Well, it really stuck out to me. My first time seeing the book was when I was live with Sparks for the first time. He showed me the A cover, and I was like, "What is this book you've got?" And then like I was pretty sold from the graphic imagery.
Yeah, it's pretty graphic.
It's perfectly graphic.
We're like,
my dad bought a copy of one of the hardcovers. No, he bought both. He bought volume 1 and volume 2. I don't think my mom has bought either of them. Yeah.
No, that's great when you see the cover art. If that's enough to grab you, and then you crack it, and it's like, oh yeah, we're just getting started here, man. This is even better on the inside.
Yeah, the art is consistently like just amazing the whole way through.
That's great to
and
hear.
I peeped into the volume 2, and like there's some extra crazy art going on in there, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, I like that the Kickstarter volumes have those extra stories and different artists coming in, showcasing them in those. So, like all that extra in there is so cool, and seeing like the other like kind of almost like backstories or side stories going on really just adds to the fun of everything that's going on with the overall.
Are we getting those as singles?
Some of them.
Would you consider some one shots for,
I don't know what
some
we're
of
allowed
these
to
other
say.
characters?
We're not allowed to say.
I mean, it's technically published.
I can tell you this is that I'm happy to hear that. I'm super nervous about it. Like Derek's work is so great, and we love it so much, and so many people like love Derek's work that I fear that if they see other artists and stuff that they'll rabidly turn on us or something. When that's not really my intent.
I mean, they didn't do that to Department of Truth. They're not going to do that to you guys. It's fine.
Well, and it's different too. I mean, like, so you actually you ran into it the ideal way, right? Like, there's kind of a reading order that you experience when you pick up the issues from retailer. Like you're every month, and that's kind of purposefully meant to kind of be a certain level of page turning and waiting month to month, and kind of a more like serialized sort of
the anticipation between.
Yeah, and then those hardcovers are kind of like our I don't know if I should call them director's cut or what, but it's a totally different reading order. You're kind of exploring different corners of the universe simultaneously, and the stories kind of weave in and out of each other.
Now I gotta get them. I was planning on them. I had no idea there was that much extra.
I love the size of the book too.
What do you think, Jeremy? Did you think? I mean, did you read through those? Was it jarring for you to go from one to the next, or did it flow? Or we haven't had a lot of feedback on it actually.
I'll be honest. When I first opened it up, I didn't even know what was going to be in here. I was like, volume 1. I figure, that's gonna have like 1 through 4, and then I open it and I'm like, wait, I've read issue 3. This isn't issue 3 in here, and I'm like flipping through. I'm like, oh my god, but there's a story that didn't happen, and where is it?
And by the way, you either love that or you hate it. Like
some of this art in here is just like crazy.
Well, I was going to say, Joe, if you are like me and you've read them as they've come out and you get to here, you're pretty much expecting random chaos from your art. So, like, I don't think anything would be jarring just because the art style changes.
No, and I
appreciated
the extra stuff in there, to be able to experience what else is happening in the world. It probably said it on the Kickstarter page that Volume 1 had, issue 1 and 2. I didn't read it. I just was like, I'm buying this. I didn't read what I was buying. It's probably in the term.
Say too, like to ourselves.
We really
I don't think they're reading any of this stuff. I don't think they know what they're in for. Yeah.
I was like, I know what Space Bastards is. I know I want it no matter what else is in there. I'm on this.
It's branding at this point for me. Like, honestly, like it's like I'll buy it because of Space Bastards.
Yeah. Like whatever comes from the extended universe, I'm like, I'm gonna read it.
Yeah, we need like 5,000. We need 5,000 of these guys.
Yeah. Basically, if you just want to keep writing it for the 4 of us, we would totally be.
Probably doing that.
Yeah,
I'd say it, but man, I think the whole community's on Space Bastards now. So,
yeah. Speaking of that, I
don't want to say you guys can do no wrong, but man, you're doing everything right.
You're doing a lot of right.
My question for you guys is this: is that the 4 of us, like, we're all in different regions, like we're in different states, and like we all just happen to be like in our own pocket community here, and we all just got into it. I was wondering, have you guys seen like across the board like different responses from different regions, or is there like a trend you're noticing, like, hey, a lot of people in this area are responding well to it, or anything like that? Or do you have a way of even gauging that?
The UK, they love it because of you're talking about the hardcovers for a second. The UK, they love it because we were using so many of the 2000 AD artists. As far as so far the Derek Robertson stuff, we got a little bit of feedback on what comic stores have ordered more, or which ones where the sales are growing. And I mean, New York already had a bunch of we had a large consumer base anyway. And it seemed like there was a place in Indianapolis, a place in Florida, New York, and
I'm an hour from Indy.
Yes,
you're not.
Strangely, in a little pocket, and I think Portland or Seattle, and then we know. The Golden Apple guys in LA, and so that they we sell some through there as well. But I don't know. And then some of these guys are just on the internet. I figured you guys were all in the same house in the same building or something.
We're all 4 different states.
Yeah, we're all very far separated.
I'm in Louisiana. I'm in New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
We got New York. Yeah. We've got how far from Indianapolis? Like 2 hours.
I'm an hour from Indy in Indiana.
I'm in Virginia. I'm in southern, eastern coast of Virginia.
Yep. Midwest. Yeah, that's why I was wondering, like, man, I wondered, like, is it organic growth just everywhere? Like, how's this thing, like, popping up?
I mean, I hope so. I would hope that, I don't know, like that speech at the ending of Grapes of Wrath or whatever, like, wherever there's disenfranchised people, I'll be there, all that stuff. Space Bastards will be there, I don't know. I hope so. I hope it really does catch on everywhere.
I mean, I know I'm telling everybody I can to read it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
And I know one of the guys at my shop, he was super hyped on it, and that's why they ordered enough to get this. So I was excited. He did that, so then there was plenty of copies to be able to get that cover.
Are you guys going to be doing more multiple covers, or is it pretty much one cover per for the foreseeable future?
That's up to the publisher. We've talked about it, though. We talked about it because the first one didn't do well. We were thinking about tying it to a particular store, or just engaging in other artists, and we talked about that a little bit. But we haven't nothing beyond that at this point. I don't think, Eric, right?
Yeah, nothing official. I mean, there's been. Yeah, there's always discussions about like ideas and stuff, but I don't think there's anything definite I can say.
Just curious.
Yeah, no, of course.
Humanoids does a lot of more like graphic novel collected comics. So how did you guys kind of talk with them and get this to be the individual version instead of like a collected?
Well, so they'll do it. There will be a trade paperback with them eventually. I think part of I don't know the right way to say this, Joe. Do you know kind of talk about how the introduction of the hardcovers and how that all works?
Yeah, I mean, we made the hardcovers first, and so and that was important for us because we're new writers and we needed to have something big and tangible to hand to people, and we've that worked really, really well in getting us in the door with artists and with the publisher. And I think the relationship we had with them when we got to talking about it was I think they were looking into doing monthly, but they weren't sure they kind of want to dip their toe in it because they mainly been doing graphics. And we'd only been doing these hardcover collections, really. So it was just sort of this mirror image thing where they were agreeable to doing that, and we thought it would help our hardcover sales and vice versa. Hardcover sales will help with the single issues, and so far that's it's worked pretty well.
I mean, the single issues is what brought me to the hardcovers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. We hope that people like it enough that they do that, and that there's enough offered, because Human always puts out a good book. It's a really good little package that they have, and I mean, does that answer the question? I don't know. Did I lose track there, Eric?
I think it's great. I think that's it. I always got really kind of excited at the idea of like the the Pulp Fiction way of experiencing the Space Bastards versus like the Breaking Bad version of experiencing Space Bastards, or like kind of this bigger like tableau and whatnot. And part of that is also too is that like I don't know, we've been so fortunate working with all these different artists, and Derek's amazing, and then Simon Bisley has been amazing, and Clint Langley and Boo and all these people.
The interior art is just like tonally perfect for the story too. Like it just fits so well.
Derek does such a great job with it. He really does.
Just give him all my love because he just knocks it out.
I shared with them the Twitter conversation that we were going on earlier.
I'll show up. I'll show up at Derek's house. I'll just be in his house and be like, "Hey, they told me to give you all my love, buddy." There you go.
All of it.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah,
people are on there like, oh fuck, wait a minute, where's Derek? He's not. Oh fuck. Who are these guys?
Oh, hey.
Who the hell are these guys?
John Burtis said hi to us. He was like, I saw the chat thing pop up. I just want to say hi, John. Yeah, you're fantastic. John is like one of our biggest supporters in the UK, and there you can see him in his thing. He's like dressed up as Judge Dredd there, like.
Oh, nice.
Welcome. Thanks.
John's awesome. John, like my first trip to England, which is where I ended up meeting Simon Bisley and Colin McNeil and a bunch of people who are now, who were always my heroes, but now like my friends. John like picked me up at my hotel and was just like, "Welcome to England" and all that stuff.
I'm gonna introduce you to everyone I know.
Awesome.
Yeah,
he had that book signed too. Eric, did he buy the pre-pandemic or did he just get that signed on his own?
He was he was there at the show where we were all at. He was at
Booth signed it, and everybody signed it.
He was at both. He was at that year. He was at Enniskillen, and then he was also at Lawless. And between both those shows, you pretty much had everybody except for Derek. So, yeah.
He's got one more signature to hunt down. Then
that's right. Yeah, now he has to Indiana Jones it and like travel across the world. Yeah, John's
you guys met Derek in a pretty interesting way, according to the cover of your. The back cover there, is that all true?
Yeah, that's.
Or can you talk about how you ran into him?
Like the extra at the back of issue 1?
Yes, sir. For those who haven't read it, I wonder if you could talk about that real quick.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to ruin the myth. I don't know.
I mean, I liked the retelling with the puppet.
Yeah,
print the myth.
That's great.
It's like the Joker. I mean, there's just a bunch of different versions. You're not sure which one is the real version.
Hey,
they're all just as good as each other.
The mystery going, and
it's kind of a combo between the helicopter story and the one where we interrupt him in the bathroom. It's kind of a mix of those two, really.
You interrupted him in the bathroom on a helicopter.
Yeah, that's right.
This totally exists.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just
we gotta keep
a man's man,
He's a good sport. Derek is a really good sport because I had that puppet made. I mean, we didn't talk to him about that until it was already done, and he hadn't read the helicopter story. Somebody else brought that up to him in an interview, and he was like, "What?" He's a really good sport.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was to say from his work with the boys, that style that happened there, I think fits perfect with the story that you guys are telling in Space Bastards and the violence and everything that happens here. So
Yeah, it's pretty spot on.
that was like probably the perfect person to get into this.
I think that's originally kind of how it came about. I think Joe and I, we'd worked with other artists and stuff, but like Joe and I had a conversation at one point where we were like, if there was anybody on the planet that we knew of to work on Space Bastards 2, it would be. And I know Derek's name came out like almost immediately. Like I was like, and I've been like a diehard Hunter S. Thompson fan like most of my life and stuff. So that's what attracted me to Transmet. I didn't really know Derek's work that much. I mean, I think I came across it like he did an Authority issue and like a Midnighter issue and stuff that I had read. Or actually, that was after actually. But like, I think I had kind of known his work, but then really read Transmetropolitan and like had like my mind blown. I mean, I just loved that whole like sci-fi take on like gonzo journalism and everything. And his art was so outlandish and crazy in that book that, to be honest with you, when we were talking about working together on Space Bastards, I don't think I was really thinking about his handling of sequential action or carnage or anything by that point. I don't think I was really even, I think I had maybe read like the first 6 issues of The Boys, but that was about it by that point. Like, I think I was really kind of set more on just the universe and the world building. I think visually, I thought it would be a good fit.
Awesome.
Yeah, in your world, you've got this these two contrasting, corporate structures. The one where you're trying to live in this cold, dispassionate safety, and you've got this completely dangerous freedom. I wonder, what exactly real world influences got you to there? Was Space Bastards your escape from that kind of alternate lifestyle of just desk job and dispassionateness? Sorry, I'm probably rambling that.
No. I think it's a great question. I think, Joe, do you want to tackle that one?
I think Eric really pulled that up. I didn't want a book about good and evil, of course, and initially I thought we don't need an antagonist in the traditional sense. I think this is an organization that will kind of eat itself, right? I mean, if these guys are all fighting, do we even need it can be kind of like Reservoir Dogs. They can just sort of just chew each other up, and Eric was like, no, it's really important. I think we can really show, we can really demonstrate how it'll magnify everything if we can have an antagonist. And he said, and somebody who's actually would be good for the galaxy, would be good for society, somebody who's got good ideas and actually, believes in something that would help everyone. And he's right. And that Solo Man was like, and we went through a lot of versions of that. And he's like, no, we're going to just make him this guy that actually has the cure, the solution. And then Roy and the Postal Service, the guys working for it, will just bug the shit out of him, and just completely undermine everything he's trying to do. And it just works. It just is an engine, it works.
I like how you're rooting against this guy who's like,
actually
trying
good
to
for
save
everything.
Right.
the world.
And
this was kind of a funny thing that came around in terms of the actual character of Wayne is from Joe and I were going back and forth. I mean, we were like all over the place in terms of, I think, trying to figure out what would be like funny as a foil, an external foil for them or whatever. And then I don't know what. We were talking about like people that would bother Roy. Like if we like have like a persona of Roy, like what is the person? And then I forget how there was some sort of dialogue. Joe and I got to this story of a guy in a high school that really bothered me. And then
that's right. And
then I apologized to him in real life. Like this guy really did bother me. I was like, God damn, this guy he's the first one to get this opportunity and this thing and this thing. And then Joe knows him. I mean, he was like at my bachelor party and stuff. So they've met. And then like I told Joe the story about how like I apologized to him like 10 years later, and he's like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, man. Like it never even occurred to me. And so through that, Joe was like, dude, that guy is not Wayne Powers. You're Wayne Powers. Like you're the one that you like lost sleep over this dude, and he did not care at all. That guy was just like moving along in his life. And while that's not all of Wayne Powers, I mean, I think he's more complicated than that. That definitely, I think, was the germ. That was like the little seed to crop it up there.
It's important to mention too that a lot of people think that we're making some fun of Batman Beyond or something, and we're great fans of Batman Beyond, and in spite of that, we called the character Wayne Powers because one of our first readers, one of our first fans of the original Kickstarter with a different artist and everything, this guy's name was Wayne Powers, and he bid in the Kickstarter and he did something cool for us. I mean, he gave us like a full issue 1 review when it was in kind of a prototype version, and we're like, you get to be the villain, man. We'll just use your name, and cool. It was really cool, and that guy, it was so thorough and detailed, and he was the first guy we talked to about the book who wasn't involved in the book, and he's nothing like the real guy, and I don't even know where he's in Texas, I believe, but that's where the name came from, and in his honor.
Really cool, you guys did that.
Yeah.
I mean, his review was like 20 pages long. Like
of issue 1,
Of issue 1, that's it. Yeah, he was just like,
he's a big fan. He's like, it's amazing, just over and over and over again.
He believed in it, man. He believed in the whole concept, and he was all in. He's talking like Traveling Root Beer over there, but it was before we didn't have humanoids or anything. We had he was all in, and he was thorough, and we really appreciated it.
I mean, I can see why.
I have a question about characters. Are there any tertiary characters that we've seen in some of these issues that maybe you're going to surprise us with something big later on? You don't have to spoil that, but
yeah.
Have you read I can't remember if you've read the hardcovers or not.
I haven't read the hardcover. I'm the only one who hasn't. But
yeah, he doesn't have it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
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 That's kind of one of the big things that happens in there, Yeah. Is that
I think it's a nice little treat for the hardcovers. Is like you get a little bit of something extra special in there.
Yeah.
Maybe too much detail, maybe too far, but we're enjoying it. We enjoy ourselves, Try something with a different artist.
You want to give us more? Like I said, all of this universe, as much as you want, I'm like in for it.
Yeah, pretty much same.
The world that's being, I guess not even world, universe that's being built is fun. It's got lots going on. Like, you guys could keep exploring different parts of this, and we're gonna read it.
And I'm really enjoying how you're like throwing in a different point of view for every issue. Like, it keeps flipping kind of the main character in every issue so far. I think that's tons of fun.
Thank you. That's great.
Thanks. Yeah, we were worried about that, switching around, but you have to we have to get everybody introduced, and then and kind of follow them around, and then when we put them together, you can kind of tell kind of can anticipate what's going to happen or not going to happen when they bang together.
It kind of reminds me of you ever seen the movie Smoking Aces? It kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah. There's some good Space Bastards characters. That Pine's character in that is like hilarious to me. The guy who plays Captain Kirk in the Chris Pine, he plays a character in Smoking Aces, right? Am I thinking about the right movie? With like Ryan Reynolds and all that stuff? Or am I totally lost?
Yeah, that's the one with the assassins, right?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I didn't even mean necessarily the characters. I meant the setup is what I meant. Like how it's like you're talking about issue to issue, characters are just kind of flying all over the place, and then bam, they're all in one spot,
Mm-hmm.
We've had 7 years of just blue balls where we haven't been able to release these and talk about and so like we're like each season it's like it's kind of like Arrested Development. We're going to focus one episode on each character, and then
it totally feels like like you're watching a Netflix episode or something as you're going through. It's like I could see this. Like you've got this little bit with this character. Okay, next scene. Okay, next scene. Okay, now they're doing their bit together.
Well, you see that. I said that to Eric, and Eric was like, it's not like fucking Arrested Development. I would never think that. It was like, but yes,
I can see it.
I'll give you I think it's like The Wire, and Joe thinks it's not at all like The Wire. Right?
It's a little bit like The Wire, but for different reasons. Very different reasons.
Yeah.
We have a question from the chat that's also actually something we were thinking of asking.
Because this is something I'm really, really curious about, because I have actors, like voice actors, I'm reading these characters in.
Same.
Oh.
I'm interested in hearing yours. Like, I'm interested in hearing everybody's
So
take on
Davey
it.
is Chris Parnell.
It's what?
Chris Parnell
Is who?
from Archer.
Cyril
Davey.
Figgis.
Yeah, Proton.
Oh,
I want him to be voiced by Cyril Figgis. And I really, 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 really want Woody Harrelson to voice Roy.
That's really good, actually.
I don't know why,
That's got to be
the
Cyril.
accent, like him doing a Southern-ish accent, is like what plays in my mind when I read that character.
My Roy is much more Woodstockish.
Like the bird?
Mike McFarland, who voices Yajirobe in Dragon Ball, if you know what that is, that's who I would like to see Roy.
Wow. Real quick, I'll just say I used to do a Parnell impression when I would do Roy in the film.
I
Like
saw
Parnell,
the character and I was like, that's Parnell. Like it has it's him.
I think you were
It
saying
has
Parnell
to
for
be.
Davy Proton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like for Roy, I would do like Parnell from Anchorman, basically. Or like him as like Dr. Spaceman from 30 Rock.
I could see
that
Roy.
Yeah.
nice.
Anyways, I'm sorry.
I've been hearing him as Danny DeVito, but
Oh my god, yeah.
Could be, voice acting, sure, that would work. Or
What would you rather, voice acting, animated, or a live action? If you guys got to pick, you do know someone who got pretty good live action.
I would love animated. I really would. Yeah.
I think it would be great.
Maybe like CGI, like tripping the rift.
I mean, hey, Invincible got made, and that's on par with the blood and the gore.
that's true. Yeah. That's really good too. Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. I need to.
I just saw the first episode.
Yeah. Was one of you guys saying something like Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Were we talking about that the other day?
Yeah, we were talking about.
I think that was you, right?
That'd be cool. Well, we were saying like done in that style where it's a mix between like live action and animation, like Space Jam.
Yeah, Zordak animated and.
Yeah, it could be like live action and like animated going on. That'd be cool.
All right, but so then who for Manicorns?
That's the question.
Yeah, somebody asked us about that for a live action movie, and I thought
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Macho Man.
I could see The Rock maybe or Dave Bautista.
Yeah, Dave Bautista could do a Manicorn.
Physically, yeah, he'd be.
I'm gonna pull this out because I think we need to talk
IQ level for it.
This is like the single best quality book in my entire collection.
Yeah,
how did the publisher even come up with this?
I'm not afraid of that book tearing while I read it.
I wish my entire collection was like this. Like this.
So you do like the switch between issue 2 and issue 3, like where they change
the print qualities.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it's
laminate, smooth. Like she said, not afraid to tear up.
Yeah, like I have comics where I'm like, I gotta be gently flipping it, and with this one I'm like, I don't have to be so like terrified of holding the book and reading it.
With the name of the game, some bigger publishers paper quality isn't as good as some smaller publishers.
They switched printers. I mean, they switched. I'm not sure how. I just know the main guy over there said we're going to switch printers. We're going to use a slightly different printing process, and it's been really positive. Like people usually you change anything, and everybody's pissed off. You know, you just change one little thing, and it's even if it's better, everybody's. I'm like this. I'll get mad just because it's different, you know.
Yeah.
But people really love it. I like it. I like how it looks. I like how it feels. I think it's an upgrade, from where it was.
It's like premium magazine quality.
It's different than everything else, which I think makes it stand out a little more.
Yeah, it's cool.
Noticeably nicer.
And it was good quality to begin with. Like
these are good quality
even better. Yeah. Which is, I mean, that for me. If I'm reading a book and I'm afraid to touch it, it kind of takes away from some of the experience.
Mm-hmm.
If I've got a book where I know I'm not going to accidentally cut it in half or something.
We're reading these physical books for a reason because we enjoy and appreciate physical comics, right? So like he just said, like we don't want to be diminished by turning a page, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the same way. I mean, like I'm a big hardcover collector and single issues. I was going last night. I was pouring through issues 1 through 4 because it had been a little while since I had. And
I literally read them before we got on.
They just smell good. Like actual books.
They
Just smell
they
so
do
good.
actually, and I
Yeah.
noticed it. They noticeably smell different than the other comics.
Oh, I wasn't even. I'm
They
just thinking books
do.
in general, but
Oh no, these
Smell-
specifically, like as I was reading it, I was like, it's not really cool.
What?
You're not a book sniffer. It's fine.
What did they put in? What did they put into these books?
yeah.
Oh man.
Don't worry about it.
So we got Space Bastards 5 coming up within the month.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about this issue without spoiling anything?
Can you
It's,
tell us anything?
Well, it concerns Sharptoberfest, which is the one day of the year that the mailmen, no packages are delivered. The mailmen are required to take the day off, and they do so. It's Roy Sharpton's birthday. They do so by celebrating there at the hotel and casino where it all began, and that's what the issue
Amazing.
is all about.
Which that is a real
It's
holiday.
hard for these guys. It's hard for these guys to take a day off because they're
Oh.
anytime they're not delivering, they're not making money, and so they get tense. So they
I
have
mean,
to
we've seen it with Manny.
right.
Yeah. Collateral.
Can't relax.
Yeah. Right. No, it's miserable.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so excited now.
Yeah.
Which one,
That
anything
makes
else,
it sound even better.
You know, for like 7 years, Joe and I have celebrated Sharptoberfest just
Oh my
ourselves every October.
Yeah.
And
Does it have? So what's the official date?
Yeah, because it's going on the calendar.
It's October 10th, I believe. Yeah.
I
Ah,
was thought it was the 12th. All right.
we got 2 October babies in here.
I mean, this is going to sound offensive, but it's Columbus Day. I mean, we're always going to have a day. It's fucking Columbus Day.
No, offensive?
Yes.
Did you guys say something
Yeah.
offensive?
Yeah. What day would it be, right?
So much
Fucking
better.
Columbus Day. Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. I love it.
I love him
That's
even
awesome.
more now.
But
So I'm excited.
I've never said that out loud. That's it. Now everybody knows.
That is
This year,
the best.
we might have more. We might actually have like a real
We should have.
holiday. Yeah.
I am down to clown.
Because how close are your guys' birthday to the 10th?
I'm the 25th of
I'm the
October.
22nd.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm nowhere close to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 20th.
Oh,
Look,
wow.
we
got
just
a little
pretend,
3 in
yeah.
a row.
Couple Libras.
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
It's pretty obvious.
Just over the line. Yeah, May.
Correctly over the line, though.
So May 12th. So that'll be 2 weeks from Wednesday. We got issue 5 coming out and celebrating Sharptoberfest.
It'll be Sharptoberfest in May. It'll be like Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Space
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah, whenever-
Are we gonna get a
October.
Christmas special?
Oh
Can
my
that be a
God.
thing?
This is their Christmas special. I mean, this is it right here. This is the Christmas special. This is as close as we're gonna get.
Yeah.
We've thought about having a con, like a bastard con. It'd be like the Sharptoberfest where everyone comes and we all get somewhere and we
That would
basically
be
just
awesome.
act it out.
Murder each other?
That would be the long ranging plan where everyone we rent a hotel or a building and something and just get drunk. On October
Oh
the
my
10th.
God. Yeah.
Illegal detonation site.
So how many people are getting killed at that party?
Yeah.
in the true intergalactic post-service fashion.
Well,
You
No
get free
deliveries
healthcare as
that
long as
day.
you sign up to work
Well, I guess
for
if
them.
there's no deliveries, there's no reason, right?
yeah. I mean, no one's getting killed. There's no deliveries. Why would anybody be fighting? What do they have to fight about?
Yeah. What would Manicorns have to fight about?
Create
If
some
he's still
sort of
alive.
elaborate.
He might be dead. I mean, he may be dead. We don't know, right? We don't know.
Wow.
After everyone's drank enough, you can have one package. Okay, here you go. Just throw it into
Yeah.
the crowd.
Yeah.
It's like a mosh pit. Oh man.
Well, speaking of cons,
yeah.
what's your guys' plan for the future for cons?
Are they back? Like, are they a thing now?
Some of them
There's a
are.
lot of them popping up.
They're starting
They're-
to.
Oh,
They seem,
Baltimore
to,
rumors of New York
Con in
Comic Con.
October, if
they
you
seem to be
wanna
targeting. Yeah.
October.
go.
wait, what's in October? Sorry.
Baltimore has their Comic Con set for the weekend of October 22nd.
I might be
Oh,
there.
wow.
There's somebody else. I don't know if it's a secret or not. There's somebody else that I think is going to be there, and if they're there, I'm there because they're like my best friend. I gotta go. So,
Oh,
yeah,
it's my birthday
Yeah,
weekend,
it's-
so I'm like nerd out for the weekend?
Yeah, and if that person's there, I'm gonna be pretty hungover the whole time. Yeah. If you knew, yeah. If you knew who it was,
right.
like, if you just check the guest list on there, you'll figure it out, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, those guys will be drinking the whole time. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Going to the website right now.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's that one. I want to say you mentioned Baltimore, so I think that's it. It was like that, and like there's one other show. I think
Boston or something. You said, right?
Yeah, I was gonna make like a sojourn out there.
Either one of those is a day drive for me, so I would do it.
That'd be awesome. Is New York
Baltimore
taking the flight.
closed? Right? Like they're not doing that.
I don't know, man. There's rumors that it's going to come back.
Comic-Con
I think
is
they're
currently
waiting to
set
see how
for,
the other ones go.
Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah,
I go to
San
that
Diego.
every year. Man, I will be there if it's open. Yeah.
Terrific Con in Connecticut, I think's happening, and
Mhm.
there's rumblings. Awesome
There's one
Con
in
in DC.
Pensacola coming up.
Yeah, there's one in Pensacola in May that I might go on over. It's like 4 hours away.
I think Philly is attempting September.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Gen Con's coming back. That's more role playing, but they definitely have a comic presence as well.
I think as long as the bigger cons get, feedback that the smaller cons are doing okay. Yeah, I mean, I know they want to make them happen. They just,
I mean, the last show we did, Joe and I just had like the last little bit of some volume ones, and we were at San Diego Comic-Con, and like we did well.
Nice.
And so like, for me personally, I've been like, man, like even from just a business standpoint, I'm like, I wish there was a show every month I could just like, hightail it to for a few days and just like unload a bunch of books and get some, get more readers and all that stuff. So
There was
Yeah, if the shows
literally
are
just
back.
one like last weekend in North Carolina.
oh, wow.
Wow.
You imagine lugging, 30, 40 of those books, those big hardcovers,
It sucks.
Yeah.
on
It's
an
not
airplane.
fun.
Sucks, man. I mean,
It sucks so bad.
it was not good planning. It was
Yeah,
not
I
good
can
planning.
believe that.
Making a book that
I'm a
size.
fan of it though. I like the size of it. I like how sturdy it is.
I really do too.
Well,
I do
thank
too
you.
until I'm carrying like 500 of them, and I hate it. I'm like,
Let's put it on a
Idiot.
bookshelf, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
It'll be like the first, in the morning of the first day of the con, and they come by and we're like, hey, do you want to buy this 3-pound book that you're gonna lug around all day?
Listen,
And
it's
they would be like,
also maybe a weapon, perhaps.
I
And that's
also-
totally okay. That keeps them themed. It's just like,
get
protection.
cosplayers, find some bodybuilders that want to come in as Manicorn and stuff. They'll move all
Yeah.
that stuff for you.
Mhm.
There you go.
I don't know
Now
how
you're
many of these
thinking.
cons you guys have been around, but man, it's an environment where you'll find somebody.
yeah.
oh yeah, no, I love
I'd
it.
find some of them pleasure bots out there too.
I like what you guys have going on the spine here.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
thank you.
Making an image there, and I'm assuming a pair of glasses, potentially.
Potentially.
Ah,
Yeah, maybe.
There's definitely
More
some more
stuff,
coming.
yeah.
Stuff
I
we
didn't
can't
even
talk
know.
about.
And
There's 2 more
you
coming.
guys got,
Oh.
yeah, I know you said before the volume 3 and volume 4 later this year.
Yeah.
Any set dates yet on when those will be?
Tomorrow, surprise.
So would they be coming out at the same time, or would you do like one and then the next one?
We'll do one and then the next one. Yeah, we get such a surge of new readers and stuff when it's kind of like each chance we get. So yeah,
That's
I think
awesome.
we have to kind of do it that way.
I mean,
So,
But seriously, no dates yet. No, I mean we kind of have some stuff in mind, but nothing official to announce yet.
awesome.
Oh,
Ooh,
we lost
Lost-
someone.
Lewis.
Lost Lewis.
well, where'd you go?
Right, Tori?
I think he lost his connection because he's
Yeah.
Oh, no.
hiding backstage. He'll be back.
Well then,
This is the thing. You guys asked when the books are coming out. We didn't have a good answer for you, and he's just like, yeah.
he's like, bye.
He's like, no,
No
books
more.
gone.
There he is.
He was upset you weren't serious about it being tomorrow.
All is forgiven.
That was great.
He
We'll
said
go back.
tomorrow,
to
and
it.
he was like, I gotta go camp out.
I live by an Air Force base, so like when the planes come over, it kills my internet.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Is it like, was it like an EMP pulse or something? What is that? What causes that?
Don't worry about it.
Nuclear aircraft.
Hey, it's none of my business. But yeah, I know when a plane comes over, it just kills the internet for a few minutes.
Jeez.
That does not sound fun.
Wow.
So, what do you guys have coming up after Space Bastards? Or you just kind of playing Space Bastards for a while right now, or got other projects in the works?
I think it's Space Bastard, Space Bastard, Space Bastard. I mean, I've written other stuff, but by far, I think Space Bastards is the one that's closest to the chest for me, and I think the same way for Joe as well. So I mean, that's kind of our folks. And honestly, I don't know if this is a whole topic in itself, but it's freaking hard, like launching a comic book. Like it's super hard. Like I've done it before, but to do it the right way and to do it like where it's actually like really
that has been the general consensus amongst everyone we've spoken to. They're like, this is not easy.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah, man. How much of that do you contribute to like crowdsourcing? Like, is Kickstarter your Roy Sharpton?
You mean in terms of like gaining followers and stuff?
In terms of just getting into the, a story like this that maybe was more difficult in a traditional publisher to get their attention. Does Kickstarter and that offer you some kind of freedom that you can see? Look, there's a whole bunch of people out here that are going to love this. I've got the proof before it's even on the market.
I think it is.
It's like we were crazy. We produced like a year's worth of comics before we went on Kickstarter. Like we just kept working. Mm-hmm. And then finally, I think Joe and I were kind of like talking each other into like, hey, we should probably at some point make sure this isn't really bad. Like we should put it out there. Kickstarter gave us some sort of validation there. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we were crazy. I mean, we were psychotic about it. Like just like certain artists would say, yes, I want to do this. And then we'd be like, well, okay, I guess we got to do it. And then we would just kind of move forward without really thinking pragmatically.
Usually, it's happening.
Kickstarter's has a comic audience. There's people who kind of browse it like they browse a spinner rack, and so that was good. To be on there and to be among the other titles, and for people to see it. We kind of thought that just having our artists involved, we would get their respective audiences, but it doesn't happen automatically. You have to. So there's really a Kickstarter audience. There's an Indiegogo audience. There is some audience from the artists, and then there's audience from the shows we've been to, which has only been 3 or 4.
Yeah,
and then it's just it's hard. I think if the Kickstarter had done amazingly well, like super well, we could have gone to any publisher, and they wouldn't have thought it was a gamble, But I think some publishers, especially in the last couple of years, it's just harder for them to look at a book like this and be like, hey. I mean, money talks, bullshit walks. When they see, tons of sales, they would have jumped on it. All their morals and bullshit would go right out the window. I mean, we'll print the book, whatever, And they always like it, but they don't know if they can sell it, Whereas Humanoids and a couple of others, we're like, no, we'll do it,
We can sell it.
They're like, no problem. We don't change anything, go, And it's we've made it all. It's done. We made all of it. They don't have to.
For the first year.
They just got to deliver it, give it to the world.
There's also too, there's a weird thing, especially in the last few years, we find that certain publishers have agendas. So the type of books that they're going to do are kind of all right, we're going to do this. And then Space Bastards won't really work within that. Or, hey, we're really just focused on established IPs and young adult stuff, like young adult fiction or whatever, which we're like, oh yeah, don't even look at this,
That's not this.
Yeah. So it just depends.
Yeah, I can see that some have certain vibes of the type of content that they're looking for. So I can totally.
Yeah. Well, you guys have definitely turned me on to Humanoids. I would actually gravitate toward their stuff because of their book quality and knowing that they have a book like Space Bastards on there. That would actually lean me more into them.
They're amazing, and the whole team that works with us is like I was pretty wowed. I was excited to come on board at Humanoids. But from the get-go with our first meeting, it was just kind of crazy to see kind of a virtual boardroom of people that aren't. Yeah. They're not patronizing. It was like a boardroom full of people that sincerely got the book and were totally excited about it.
When did you guys get together with Humanoid to start publishing it and putting it out? When did that relationship start?
That would happen in September, October of 2019. And so shortly after Comic-Con, there was a couple people we still hadn't talked to, and we were kind of still sending it. We had the hardcover, had a few more of them, and so that's when we sent out some other pitches. And I hadn't heard of them either, but Derek did a cover for them, and their booth wasn't too far away, and they had a nice looking booth. And Derek said they were good guys, and they're they're I don't know if you've read. I mean, why would you read this? But they have a submissions packet, and their submissions guidelines were all the publishers are all a little different, but the things that they were interested in, like in the characters and the conflict, it made me. We had to write all those fresh for every publisher that we sent this to, and you can't really cut and paste. It's offensive to these guys to get something that's intended for someone else. But theirs was the most thoughtful one. They were the most interested in like the characters' inner conflict and what's actually happening. And if you have an ensemble cast, what are the pairs? It was just a really efficient pitch packet, a really thoughtful one, and it's helped us a lot. And like even in the marketing material, like once you write all that out and get it nailed down, and it's concise, it's not a long. They make it to where it's really distilled down. It's fantastic, and you could just tell that as a publisher they prioritized the things that were important to us. And it wasn't just like, oh, you got Derek, or oh, it's a sci-fi book. They really were looking at the characters. It was cool.
They actually care about what's inside it.
Mark Wade, our publisher, he also does these like classes online, kind of like a master class thing that you can go in. And I did one last week, and I was kind of surprised there too, because you're hearing Mark Wade like definitely reviewed Space Bastards and loves it and everything, but like you're hearing Mark Wade in that class kind of really talk about the differences between, like, for example, plot versus story and stuff like that. And then like actually hearing him talk about it like took me back to that pitch packet that Joe and I did, and it's all there. Like you can tell when you're reading their pitch packet that they actually kind of really know what they're talking about in terms of the nuances of storytelling. Yeah. So.
Nice.
Well, we've shown you, and you've seen the statue, clay mini statue that Lewis made. But let me bring it up on. We've got a little video he made to show everybody. Let me play that real quick.
And it's so awesome.
This is
cover number 3.
Yeah, man, that cover had to be immortalized.
Oh. And then,
oh, Manicorn.
For it.
Here it comes. This is the. Gosh. Just.
I mean.
Can I say you guys are amused to me?
Fantastic work, man.
Dude, thank you so much, bro.
That right there is better than any of the short films we ever made.
Yeah. So much better.
I want to get a hold of some of those short films, man. That's
man. I'm very curious to see what inspired this now.
I'm gonna do that QR code as soon as this is over.
I see some, yeah. It's kind of, it gives you a little glimpse. It's nice, yeah. I don't think there's any of me as Roy in there. I don't think, but I have that footage somewhere. Again, it's just me doing like a bad Parnell impression, but.
When you hit Comic-Con, are you going in the Roy outfit with
He's
the
done it, man. He's done it.
It's so offensive.
You grow in the mustache.
People don't like it.
I grew a mustache, and then like I grew a beard so I could like still go to work and stuff, and then shaved off the beard and just had like the weird mustache right before Comic-Con, and then went with like full Native American regalia, like a big headdress, and shades, and I like did it for like a day. It didn't sell anything. Like nobody would approach me. And then I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. It's so weird.
He texted me. He was like, I think it's because they can't make eye contact. I'm wearing these sunglasses. Like that's what he said. Maybe it's the headdress, and they can see your armpit hair. Maybe it's one of those two.
You need a golden can behind you. That would
sell. I just thought it was a Village People comic or something.
I mean, this is how you should have gone.
Yeah. The first time I ever see a good Zordak cosplay, I'm gonna lose my mind.
That's gonna be coming, man.
You're gonna see all kind of cosplays. It's gonna be radical, man. Resurrection Mary.
Especially if we get a. Oh crap! What was it?
Man, I'm excited for you guys.
Sharptoberfest. That's what
Sharptoberfest. If we have a Sharptoberfest, everybody's dressing like that, and we're gonna have a movie contest. Like everybody will make their own little films, a Space Bastard film, and we're gonna show them and we're gonna judge them. We're gonna have it's gonna be a full. I have the agenda in mind. We just have to have We just have to have like 90,000 loyal followers, and then we can do it. I think.
I live in like the most like marginalized, like what's the right term? Like just the most like white picket fence suburban like kind of.
Yeah.
I just wanted, Joe knows this, for like I just wanted like all of our artists to come out on Sharptoberfest, and then like a horde of fans cosplay.
Yeah.
I just would love to see just a horde of Space Bastards descend on this town for one day, and people just would not know how to deal with it. Like not.
Oh
know
my
what
god!
to do at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Someone
rent the RV and come down.
Walking down the street.
It's what?
Oh, go ahead, Lewis.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, man, we'll rent a car and we'll make put the whole outfit on it with the spike on the front.
Turn a van into a mannequin.
What city in America do you think is going to host Bastard Con?
Florida, probably.
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida. Yeah, we're in Florida.
Yeah, I'm from Florida. I'm allowed to say that.
I'm from
I was
Florida.
thinking we just pick a random bar in a really like uptight kind of neighborhood every
I
year.
love
just
that.
A random bar, and then just they don't know what they're in for. It's just sorry guys, you're gonna have to deal with like 200 loons.
You rent it under Powers Industries, and then we just crash it immediately. Like, you just have guys like in nice suits and shit and stuff for their first.
Oh my god,
that's such a good idea. That's really funny.
Like the lady shows up. She goes to the bathroom, comes in, dresses as a squaw. It's like, wait, what's going on?
We live in Arizona as well. Like, I think it would be really like, I don't know how people. We would upset a lot of people. Yeah.
That would be interesting.
No.
Yeah.
They'll sign waivers before they can go.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah,
What
definitely
happens when you buy your ticket? You're signing a waiver.
need waivers for Sharptoberfest. Absolutely. Same waiver that all the delivery people sign.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there a variant cover for Sharptoberfest? Or can there be one?
For issue 5?
Yeah.
Oh no! He's saying if you guys do the Sharptoberfest, there's got to be an exclusive cover for that.
Yeah.
It would be amazing if we reenacted like one of the Sharptoberfest panels from the book, and then like in October or something made that photo into a cover or something.
That would be
hilarious.
awesome.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, Caroline, you know how you said you have odd feelings about cosplay covers? Well, this is the series with some cosplay covers.
Yeah. There we
Tips
go.
on Resurrection.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, we should do that. Why? That's a great idea.
We're just giving you guys some ideas tonight.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, we're coming up on the end of an hour. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to plug or tell the people watching about?
Definitely go to spacebastards.com if you want to pick up those hardcovers. That's up now. We've got that, and it's actually like customizable shipping, all that stuff. You can like pick your poison in terms of how fast or safe you want it to get there or whatever, because the books are not delivered by the Intergalactic Postal Service, of course. And then Humanoids every month for Space Bastards single issues of Humanoids at your local comic shops, or
How many?
they have some stuff there too.
How many single issues are currently planned
Let me
that
think.
you can tell us about?
There's quite a few more.
Oh, awesome!
All right, good.
Quite a few
I mean,
more.
I know
for a second.
there's quite a good bit of content in here.
You say quite a few more.
Yeah.
You mean like double this, quadruple? What are we talking?
Like at least 5
Years
issues.
worth.
Yeah, 5 more at least. Yeah.
No, I mean at least 5 total. Yeah.
In previews, I see there's at least 7 total.
Oh, yeah.
Is that cool? I can confirm up to 7.
Nice.
And maybe a couple more than that, but yeah, maybe a little longer than that.
Yeah.
Well, the word of mouth is just going to spread even more because, like I said, all of us, we kind of word of mouth to each other, really, and other people in this community we belong to, and people in my normal life around here. My LCS, he was totally surprised and started buying every issue. Has had more copies on the shelf for sure.
Oh man. I wish I lived next to you guys, man. You guys cheer me up so much.
We wish we lived near each other too, but like,
I know.
Yeah. I just live I live near Joe. Joe's like 20 minutes away. We both got kids. We don't really go out and hang out.
Oh man,
this is wonderful. I'd hang out with you guys every night if I could.
Yeah. Same.
Come play D&D.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you like D&D, I'm a dungeon master, and I run these fools twice a week.
Tuesdays and Fridays.
Is somebody already playing a paladin?
There's an NPC.
I'm just kidding. I hate paladins. That's why I say that.
Got
maybe
here.
Maybe we could do a Space Bastards one shot with you guys.
Yeah.
I would role play Space Bastards if we used like D&D rules or something. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
We may not stream that one because I think that's going to be very non-PC, and I don't know if my channel might get pulled over that.
You have to have like lots of red marker for like, I don't know if you have one of those like mats with like you can draw on your erase stuff or whatever, but yeah, lots of red marker to just this guy died
puddles
here,
of blood.
died here. Yeah.
I think we each need 10 characters at the start, probably.
Minimum.
It's a real-time strategy game where we're deploying people.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm looking forward to that.
Tech with like IPS people, you know. Yeah.
Oh my god, we need
to make a cell phone
happen.
game. It's just like there's someone here.
So we're gonna make RPG for Space Bastards, is what I'm hearing.
I was joking, but if these guys really want to do it, come play. I'll put it together.
I would love to, but also too, you and everybody else should go check out parceltransfer.com. If you subscribe to our newsletter on spacebastards.com, it automatically creates an account for you there. But Parcel Transferred is basically our in-universe social media site. You create your own Space Bastard on there. You still
we're in.
So
you
cool.
earn credits. You like buy stuff. Understand? We made this like with like tape and like pencil and stuff. Like I'm barely a coder, so it's not amazing by any means, but it's still kind of cool, you know.
You still
packages, chat with Roy, Leroy, everybody, you know.
Still packages from each other, and you can buy equipment and stuff. Yeah.
Can I murder them?
All right.
I mean,
So here's a question: if I did do this, if I put together one shot and you guys came, who would you guys role play as? The two of you.
Leroy.
I think I'd have to make a new one, right? I mean, I think I'd have to make something. If I wanted it to be canon, I think I got to make it like.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You want my one shot to be canon? Like that'd be crazy.
Be awesome.
You would, in a sense, be the only other writer of Space Bastards. Then, really, Joe and I have always we'd be the
I feel
only
like
other
that's a
writers,
bucket list checked right there, Danny.
Yeah. I mean, you've written your own little webcomic.
Join the Intergalactic
True.
Postal Service. Come and join the service.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm on there occasionally. I'm not on there as much as I should be, but I'm under Roy. And then I know. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. Never mind.
you ruined the mystery.
So now we know who you play this.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's terrible.
Are we surprised?
It's supposed to be a secret.
So I actually did create an account. I don't remember when I did that now, but it's actually my D&D character's name. I just realized.
Nice.
Seriously, cool.
Yeah. So you see Wolfrian Helgiel on there. That's me.
Nice.
Did you make some deliveries? Did you buy some equipment for your ship and everything? Did you?
I done. Oh wait, can I steal
This
something?
is awesome.
Oh, I don't know.
You're not stealing my
I
fucking
can
thing.
play. Oh wait, are you Leroy?
Yeah.
We're spoiling everything now.
I'm tricked out, man. There's no way you're gonna get the
Play
tag.
games with each other online.
I'm gonna die. Watch me die.
Yeah, you're gonna get.
You lose.
It's like you're about to get got. You know, mess with that.
It just said I lost.
You have an easier delivery now.
You lose. Good day.
I'm gonna do a milk run.
Yeah, there you go. I can't. Yeah, there you go.
So there's NPCs.
That's awesome.
There's NPCs on there as well that will like try to get the package and all that, and then there's other players that obviously you just saw can still
That's amazing.
steal stuff from each other. So yeah,
Awesome.
It's really
That
cool.
rocks.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
we didn't make
I got
that
wheels
stuff.
turning up here for how I would run this thing. They already know that I can come up with some stuff on the fly. So you give me a week or two to think of it, I can really come up with something crazy.
Awesome. Yeah.
There was an old role-playing game called Paranoia. Did you ever play that? Are you familiar with that?
I know someone who does, but I have not.
I mean, you start out with 6 clones, and I mean, you just die over and over again in the game. That would be the closest existing game to a Space Bastards role playing. It would be Paranoia. You could start with that. It's unfair and crazy, but it was fun. But you probably just do it with a D20 system thing too, right? It'd be pretty easy.
See, I do one shots based around D20 for people who've never played, and it's literally just D20, and I could do something like that with Space Bastards easily.
Yep.
So we're all resurrection married. Is that what I'm we gotta have multiple of us around. Oh man.
Dang, man.
Oh, this was a fun time, guys. Thanks for coming on and talking to us, and thanks for everybody. Thanks for everyone in the chat for hanging out, showing some love for Space Bastards. Tyler for dropping that question. It was a great conversation about the characters.
Oh yeah.
Any last thoughts or words, shout outs, anything you guys got?
What's the name of that comic shop at your local comic shop travel?
My local shop?
Yeah.
It's Blue Moon Strikes Back.
Okay. All right. Check those guys out. I mean, it sounds like they're ordering books, so I want to support them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely pays attention to what, the regulars are buying, and he went from I didn't see any of these. Caroline's actually the one who got me this.
Yeah.
She sent it to me, so I didn't have that available at all. And then there were only 2 copies that I saw of this, so I got lucky there. And then next thing you know, there's stacks of these in there, like as they're coming out. So.
Awesome.
I guess I would just want to say thank you guys so much. I mean, I sincerely, is that like I'm kind of an island unto myself here where I live, and in terms of that, I'm not like running into people that are like into the books as much as you guys. So it means the world to me. It really does. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Thanks for making it.
Thanks for making great content.
Thanks for making something that brought us all together to talk about this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime. I'd love to. We talk about it anytime.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, good night to everybody in the chat. We'll catch you guys later.
Bye, everyone.